Yo, it is Big Sam Heard live in the Bone Zone. We are now going by. Are we on podcast? Still the same old attitude, different name. Are we on? Are we on? Are we on podcast? Yes, we are most definitely on. Billy on the board is putting me on. Y'all continue to support me. Follow, subscribe, like, everything.
Forest lived a golden-haired girl. Once upon a time, right on the edge of the forest, lived a golden-haired girl. This golden yellow-haired girl's name was Goldilocks.
Oh, wow. You don't say. You don't say.
She had such amazing and admirable locks that everyone who saw her was mesmerized. But despite her sweetness, at times she could be a rather naughty little girl.
Damn you, girl. You just fucking broke that shit.
Every time she stepped out to play, her mother would have to warn her to behave. Darling, please stay in the backyard and don't go into the woods.
Yo, you know what? Our parents tell us not to do something, we're gonna do that shit. So I don't know why that fucking mother was like, don't do this, don't do that. She specifically said, don't go to the back of the woods. Like, that little girl's like, bitch, I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want. I'm Goldilocks. Oh, you must not know about me.
Deep into the forest in a shack lived a bear family. A broad-shouldered papa bear, a medium-sized mama bear, and a baby bear.
Oh, little baby bear. Little baby bear. That's so cute. They got a little baby bear.
Mama bear always woke up early to prepare oatmeal porridge for breakfast.
You know what? Some oatmeal porridge sounds good right about now. This is Boom at Noon, Season 3, Episode 27. I'm a fucking fool. I'm fucking just... I have no explanation for what is going on right now, but this is story time. This is fucking story time with Big Sam Heard. Although it doesn't say that anywhere in the title, all it says is a Boom at Noon. This porridge is too hot. Yeah. Are we on? Are we on? Are we on, John? Family, friends, family, boneheads, bitches, bitch-ass hoes, hoe-ass bitches, and bitch-ass niggas, because yes, even a male can be a bitch too. But shall we, baby, Michaela Mommy, it is I, Billy on the board with Are We On Podcast. You are now listening. You are now watching. Whatever you do, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Give yourselves a round of applause. There you go. One more time. And we do have a live studio audience. This is, of course, being recorded in a live studio. And we got an audience, yes. A bunch of kids. It's fucking summer. They're on a field trip, whatever. They didn't want to go to Camp Flaminaro this year. So they were like, you know what? We're going to be here in the Bone Zone. I told these kids, you know what, kids? You know what I'm going to do for you, kids? I'm going to tell you the story about Goldilocks and the 3 bears. And these kids were like, Goldilocks? Who the fuck is Goldilocks? And I was like, watch, you're going to learn. You're going to learn who Goldilocks is. For real.
One morning, Baby Bear woke up earlier than usual and wanted to eat his porridge. But it was too
That's kind of like how I woke up today. You know what I'm saying?
hot. Mama, can we go out for a walk in the woods until our porridge cools down? Mama, Papa, and Baby Bear left their porridges on the table and went out for a walk.
See, that's where they fucked up. They shouldn't have left that shit on the table. They should at least like put it in the microwave. Maybe like put something over it, like a cover or some shit. That way, like no bugs or no little fucking girls get into your fucking porridge. No fucking little Goldilocks bitch.
The same morning, Goldilocks was playing in the backyard while waiting for her mum to prepare breakfast. But she was so bored of playing in the same yard all the time, and she was very curious.
So apparently she doesn't have much of an imagination. You know, when you're in her backyard, even when you're by yourself, I'm sure somebody else's fucking backyard looks probably the same. There's grass, there's trees. Oh, there's a house. I'm gonna go in there. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Right now we are going through this story. It is called Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Have you heard of it? Have you heard of it? Goldilocks and the Three Bears? This porridge is too hot. Shut the fuck up.
Curious about the deep parts of the forest. What would happen if I just went for a walk?
What did your fucking mother tell you? What was the first thing your mother told you? Didn't she say not to fucking go into the woods, not to do this, not to do that? And you being fucking Goldilocks because you got your nice golden locks. That's why your name's fucking Goldilocks. Like your parents couldn't just give you a regular ass name like Jennifer or Marie or like Sandra or some shit. Like, fuck. But instead, I wonder if that's like her gang name. That's probably like her hood name. Like, oh, they're like Goldilocks or like whatever the fuck. Like, that's probably like her gang name. That's probably not even her real name. That's probably her hood name and shit. Let's see what happens with this story. Let's see what happens. I'm very intrigued. What happens? This story, it is called Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Have we heard of it before?
She looked around, seeing that no one was around. She began running into the forest. When she got tired, she stopped and looked around.
So she pretty much ran away from home because she waited for nobody to be around the house when she ran away. She looked both ways like, I don't see my dad. I don't see my mom. I'm about to run the fuck away. And this little girl ran away.
What a beautiful forest. Flowers, trees. Why didn't I come here before? She began to walk deeper into the forest.
I don't know about this.
In the meantime, walking around with his family, the baby bear saw a beehive on.
Yo, see, I like the bear family more than I'm on the bear side, yo. You know, like we're gonna see how this story unfolds, but right now I'm on the bear side. All right, instead of Goldilocks, because Goldilocks looks like a troublemaker. To me, Goldilocks looks like she just needs some attention from her parents or from, you know, siblings. Is she the only child? Did it say that she was the only child or anything like that? They didn't give any other background story about any of that. But right now, these bears, these three bears, they're walking in their hood forest, and right now they are just noticing some honey that is in the tree. Some honey. Yeah.
The branch of a tree. Such a big beehive. I'm sure it is full.
So these bunnies see a beehive, and right now they're like, "Oh man, I want that beehive, that honey."
Full of honey. Papa, can we eat some honey?
No, my boy, that belongs to the bees. It's their home.
We can't go.
So the honey, it belongs to the bees, right? So the bear's like, nah, we gotta go, man. We can't be fucking around with other people's shit, you know. So even the bear knew, like, nah, it's not ours. Let's not fuck with it. Let's leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? So now the three bears, they're about to head back to the house and they're about to see what's up. They're trying to see if their porridge is ready. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit was too hot. The little baby bear was like, man, this porridge is too hot. And then they were like, fuck it, let's go for a little stroll in the forest. And this little girl, this little fucking badass little girl, named Goldilocks. Like, I don't even know if that's her real name. But you know, she's like, man, I ain't gonna listen to my parents. I'm not gonna listen to my mom said for me not to go in the forest, for me to stay in the backyard. But I was bored because probably I don't think she has any siblings. So, or any like cousins. She don't got no cousins or no shit like that she can hang out with. But yeah, so this little girl, little troublemaker ass Goldilocks said, fuck this shit. I'm bored. I'm tired of being in the same ass backyard. I'm gonna go and walk my happy ass into the forest and then let's see what happens. Yo, man, this is like a really, really like interesting story, yo. Like, man, this is like the best episode yet.
Oh, and anybody's
Are we on?
Eat their food.
Are we on? Are we on, John?
You're right. I think I will have to wait until we go home for my breakfast.
Meanwhile, Goldilocks walked all by herself for such a long time. Finally,
Well, see, first, Goldilocks already knew that she was walking her happy ass by herself. Like, she went that way by herself. She didn't have none of her friends and like, hey, man, y'all want to see a dead body and no shit like that. Like, she said, fuck this backyard. I want to go into the woods. So she had no reason to be all sad and tired and shit because she decided to wander off and be a little fucking, you know, wanderer or whatever the fuck. Goldilocks. I think that's like her gang member name or some shit. But let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. I'm very, very, very intrigued in this episode. Yeah.
she got lost. She tried to turn back but could not make out the right way. She got really tired and hungry. She was almost in tears of her tiredness. She walked a little more.
Oh, what is that? Looks like we got to add. Damn you. We got to pay Google, huh? We do got to pay Google. But yeah. Welcome. This is another episode of Are We On Podcast. Boom at noon. I know usually at Boom at noon, we're talking about, you know, artists, specific artists, music. We always do music, you know. We got to give something to the children, got to give something to the kids. Of course, you know what I mean, kids, like viewer discretion advised and all that shit. So cussing, profanity, saying the N-word, saying a bunch of things that we're not supposed to be saying. This is for entertainment purposes, most definitely. So please, if you're a little ass kid, a little badass kid, sit your fucking ass down and shut the hell up. All right, listen to your parents. Yo, it's one thing, they're gonna tell you something for a reason because they probably been through that shit. You know, your parents aren't gonna pretty much tell you to do something if they won't do it. You know, it's like, I won't tell you that my burger is the best in the world, but I'll tell you it's good. It's nice and flavorful. You know, try it. You might like it. And then if you try it and then you have a bite and you don't really like it, that's you. We all have different palates, you know, flavor palettes, different flavor profiles or whatever the fuck. Somebody might think some shit is hot. Somebody might think something is just right. It doesn't matter who the fuck you are. You might be a little ass little girl named Goldilocks who should have stayed her ass in the backyard, but instead she was like, I'm bored. Fuck it. I'm gonna go into the woods. Man.
Family in between the trees. She quietly approached the house, walked around it, but she could not see anyone. She knocked on the door.
Man, so she's over here creeping. She's over here trying to. She noticed there's a house. There's nobody around. She's trying to break into a house right now. She's like, man, I'm about to. I don't give a damn. I know this ain't where I live, but whoever lives here, they're about to get uh, a guest, an invited guest named Miss Hood Ass Goldilocks. She's trying to really get off as, oh, look at me. Like, girl, you ain't fooling nobody with those overalls, homegirl.
But nobody answered. Then she looked through the window. She saw 3 hot, steamy plates on the table.
You don't say. 3 steaming plates on the table. Oh, man. All right. So we're trying to set the mood. We got the 3. They're not plates, but bowls. 3 bowls. So she sees the 3 bowls. Yo, live in the Bone Zone, it is I, Billy on the board with Big Sam Hurd. Are we on podcast? Boom at noon. I'm trying a little something different today because it's one of those things where you look at life and you look at stories that are being told and interpreted in certain ways, depending on how you understand the delivery, the message, or what is trying to really, really be said out there in the good old WWW, that it doesn't really matter what you do or what you say, because some people really don't give a shit. They just want to see something where people are making a fool of themselves or doing something fucking different that are, whatever the fucking case. Like TikTok is wild, yo. I wish I had more courage to get on TikTok and do these live on TikTok, but we do not. We just do them on Facebook and YouTube because we don't know how. I don't know. I really don't know. I guess right now because we're on StreamYard, we're not directly on let's say TikTok when we do these lives, when we do these podcasts. We probably should, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. TikTok, people watch, at least when I was on live, like just like to be on live for a little bit. Some people they get on a little longer, but for the most part, it's people scrolling and they're like, oh, let me see what this is. So if they don't get intrigued for like the first 2 seconds, sometimes they most of the time they get off. They don't listen. They don't this. They don't that. Just kind of like Goldilocks. Goldilocks got bored in her backyard. She said, man, I'm tired of just being in this backyard, yo. Like, damn. So she went out to the woods, to the forest, actually. The forest. And her mother said, don't go anywhere. Stay in the backyard. She was like, I don't care. I'm a kid. I'm going to do what I want to do. So she's in the forest, and she came back. She came to this house. She found this house that bears live in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think they're like grizzly bears or some shit. They might be black bears, but who knows? They're bears. That's all that matters. There's the mama bear, the papa bear, and there's the baby bear. You know what I'm saying? That's how the 3 bears. So let's see what happens, yo. Let's see what Goldilocks doing. She's over here noticing that there's 3 bowls of porridge on the table. So she sees it and she's like, damn, I'm hungry. I've been in these fucking forests all day. I know nobody told me to fucking come out here. I should have listened to my mom. But me being fucking, a kid, naive and fucking, always wanting to be proven wrong, we gonna be like, hey, what are we doing? We should have listened to our parents. And that's one of those things right now. Goldilocks, she put herself in a situation right now where, she could go to jail. Like this shit right here. Like if you really break into somebody's house and you eat their food, like when they're on a walk, because that food is too hot and shit, and then you just being a little girl named Goldilocks, not listening to your parents, you just want to wander off and shit. Like, girl, I wish you would, Goldilocks. Try to fucking walk into this house.
She went back to the door again, and this time she knocked hard. The door opened. Goldilocks was overjoyed.
All right. So she just went into somebody's house, Goldilocks. She just went straight up. She knocked on the door, if that's what you call it, knocked. Yeah, we knocked on the door. We knocked on the door, all right. Goldilocks probably kicked door in there and was like, man, I'm all about this porridge, yo. So she done came through, and now she's in somebody else's house. She's looking for something, she's peeping game. I feel her, Goldilocks. But I'm still on the bear side, yo. We gonna ride with the bears. We're gonna do with that.
She looked
bears
and yelled, "Anybody home?" When there was no answer, she entered. She approached the table.
Damn. All right, so Goldilocks, Janie Monreal, my mother, I love her very much. This is probably like one of the only times that we could get away with calling our parents by their names, and that's mainly because right now, yes, that's what it says on Facebook. Heart emojis, hand, love. I do love you too, mother, of course, not just today, but every day. And I do gotta give people some different shit because, and I do apologize all the time for always like, oh yeah, I don't know why I haven't thought of this or I haven't thought about that. But right now we're telling our story of the Goldilocks and the three little bears here live in the Bone Zone with Big Sam Heard. And it's different when you wake up in different moods and you wake up just like already with an idea of something that you had, and why not? All right. But this is what I think about Goldilocks. Right now she just came here and into a house that's not hers. She knocked on the door. She made sure that nobody was home because she has her eye on this porridge right here. And she knows, you can see it in her eyes. If you like zoom in when you watch, or if you're like, no, I'm telling you, like, yeah. So Goldilocks, let's see what Goldilocks does. She's just broke into somebody's house.
On the table, there were 3 bowls of porridge, one big, one medium-sized, and one small.
Yeah, one big, medium, small. For here, live in the Bone Zone. These are all actually the same, but the portions are a little smaller just to give it, but we're going to see what this is all about. Why is she tripping for?
Hungry, she wanted to eat the big one first.
Oh.
But the moment she...
All right, so she was hungry. She didn't care that she's in somebody else's home. All she sees are 3 bowls on the table, 3 different sizes, small, medium, large, whatever. All right. And she was hungry. She was like, man, I don't give a damn. I'm hungry. I'm a savage. So, all right, Goldilocks, showing that she's a savage. She said, I don't give a damn. I'm going to just break into somebody's house or break in, like I understand the door's open, but still, does that give your little ass the right just to go into somebody's house, girl? Just because you're lost, you're hungry. Bullshit. Goldilocks.
She put the spoon in her mouth. Whew, her mouth burned because the porridge was still too hot. She immediately reached the medium bowl, but she did not want to eat this either because it was too...
Oh, man. All right, so big bowl was too hot. Let's see if it is too hot. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this porridge is too hot. Mm-hmm. I agree with her. Yeah, I made my own. You know, it's too hot. My porridge is too hot. All right, so we are seeing what's up, and this one, she said her this not her porridge because it wasn't, but the bowl, this medium one, it was too what? Too what?
Too cold. It's too cold.
Yes.
Finally,
Cold.
she dipped her spoon into the smallest one. This porridge is neither cold nor too hot. It's exactly the way I want it. So she ate all the.
Damn. All right. So she is trying to, she ate those other her man. Goldilocks, you're fucking wild, Goldilocks. You're wild, Goldilocks. So this one was too cold, right? Yeah. No, this is too cold. Too cold. Mm. Oh, that's just right. Yeah, that's just right. All right, so I'm gonna eat all the rest of that, just like some shit Goldilocks would do. And then she's like, "Man, I don't give a damn where we're at. I know I don't live here. I'm just lost. Even though it's my fault. Even though it's my fault because I didn't listen to my parents, and then instead of staying in the backyard, I went into the forest, and then Goldilocks got lost. She was hungry and thirsty and all that shit. So she just went into somebody else's house. She doesn't even know who lives there. For all she knows, it could be three little bears. And yeah, because remember, three little bears, they're out chilling because uh, the porridge was too hot. So they went out into the forest and they're on their way back right now. So it's really about to go down, like for real. Like the bears are about to come home, and they're gonna be like, "What the fuck is Goldilocks?" I wonder if Goldilocks is still gonna be there when by the time they come back, the bears.
Porridge in the smallest bowl. When she was done with her breakfast and felt full, she wanted to sit on one of the three chairs in front of the chimney to rest for a while. One of the three chairs was a big one, the other one, medium, and the last one was a small one. First, she tried to sit on the big one, but she couldn't even.
All right, so now Goldilocks making herself at home with this porridge is just right. Yeah. So all right, so Goldilocks, she's on something at least with the porridge. You know what I'm saying? So that that's something different. You know, when you have the be like, all right, so now she's making herself at home. She sees that there's a fire, there's a fireplace, the fire's already on, it's nice and warm. So she's just making herself at home now, Goldilocks. And then she notices there's three chairs, not knowing this is the bear's house. So of course it was a Papa Bear, Mama Bear, and is his name Little Bear, Baby Bear, Little Bear? Whatever. Little baby bear.
Climb on it. She tried the medium one, but this one was very hard. It was very uncomfortable. Finally, she sat down on the smallest one. This one was very comfortable and exactly her size. But suddenly, the chair broke into pieces with a very loud.
Damn. All right, so Goldilocks, she went into this house because she got lost. She doesn't even live there. She doesn't even like, you know, that's wild. So now we got the three bears. They're on their way back to the house to eat their porridge. Um, to eat their porridge that was too hot. Little do they know, that this girl Goldilocks, because she didn't listen to her parents, she wandered off into the woods, uh, and then she was like, "Damn, I'm lost. Fuck, I'm lost. Where am I at? Oh, there's a house. I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna make myself at home there because nobody's here. Not like look for a phone to call your parents or no shit like that and be like, damn mom, I got lost. I should have listened to you. I went to the woods. I'm gonna send you my location. No, but for real though, I don't know when this takes place though. Like it doesn't give me like a time. Uh, that it doesn't give me like a time when like a date, like when it happens, so yeah, could be anything, right?
Loud noise. Goldilocks found herself on the floor and she did not know what to do. She walked through to the next door, and here there were 3 beds. A big.
Damn. All right, so she's walking around the rooms, probably looking for more shit to steal. And she's like, "Oh wow, a big ass room." She sees 3 beds, a big one, a medium, a small. So I'm guessing it was like a king size bed, a queen size bed, and a twin or a single. All right, or whatever the fuck. So you broke into this house, Goldilocks, and you even ate their food. Um, Although the porridge that was just right, and I had to admit to it being just right. Um, and then now you're walking into the room and you see beds. Man, 3 beds. I wonder what she's gonna do. Right now. Let's see.
A medium-sized, and a small one. First she tried the big bed. This one was too big for her, and also...
All right. Hurry on. Boom at noon. Ask me if I give a damn. I really do not. But I love you. I love you. I love you in every single way. And we got to continue to do something in any type of creative way because it's time to play the game. No, but much love to yeah, Talk and Listening. Much love to Talk and Listening, man. I'm excited. They're my favorite podcast, and I love just the way they do a lot of their episodes and stuff. They're really really nice, creative dudes. And yeah, but that's it. Much love to them. Yeah, much love to those gentlemen. And every other podcast, that's coming around, that's here, there, everywhere in the city of San Antonio. A bunch of people, but still, right now we got Goldilocks. She just, breaking and entering. Now she is laying on these beds because she's like, damn, I'm about to lay on these beds. Maybe I'm gonna take a nap or some shit. She's probably considering it. More than likely, she said she was tired. So usually, usually when you're tired, you're like, man, I'm put to go.
Too hard. Second one was a little bigger than her size, but also too soft.
Huh. Man. So bed too soft, bed too hard. Now she's looking for the right bed. We do got another ad break, unofficial sponsor for this live. I guess what do we got? Oh, HEB, right? That's where I wonder where they got their porridge. I got my porridge, the HEB porridge. But yeah.
Bed. This one was
Oh, my.
exactly her size, and it was very comfortable. So comfortable that Goldilocks fell asleep right away. Whilst
Damn. All right, so Goldilocks made herself at home. She ate some of the porridge. She ate all of the porridge that was just right because there's, and now she's walking around. She see there was a nice, cozy, fireplace. She wanted to sit down. She sat on uh, the three chairs. One was too big for her. One was, not too big, too hard, and then the other one was just right. But then her being a fat ass, she broke the chair that was just right. So now we got the bears coming home. She was laying on these beds and was like, "Oh, this one is too hard. This one is too soft." And now she's laying on the bed that's just right, and she fell asleep, yo. So, um, wow, I'm excited about this. Like, what is gonna happen, yo? So she straight up went into somebody's house, and she didn't even know these were fucking bears' house, yo. Like, they were bears, like fucking bears. Like, she ate their porridge, and then broke furniture in their house, you know. And then now she fell asleep because she was tired. Goldilocks should listen to her parents. Yeah.
as Goldilocks was sleeping, the bear family came back home. Papa Bear had some wood with him that he collected for the chimney. Mama Bear had fresh berries, and Baby Bear just could not wait to have his porridge.
Damn.
When they arrived home, they went straight to the table. Papa Bear.
Damn. So, so Goldilocks is out of there, yo. Goldilocks. You don't go into people's house and eat their porridge just because you see it on the table. Um, no, out of there. I'm all about team bear, team little bears, three little bears, three bears. It's just three bears. There's the Papa Bear, there's the Mama Bear, and there's the little bear. They came home and they're like, man, little bear was like, yo, my porridge it should be ready to eat, yo. I think we let it sit out good enough, and so they're about to get down. Little do they know, there's, man, trouble. Are we blocked? We're probably blocked on something. Probably not. We probably just, really don't get much people watching live, especially if something is like about a children's book. Like, I'm sure like people are children's book.
Had a look at his bowl and was so angry.
Somebody tasted my porridge.
Mama Bear also
Mama Bear
looked at
also,
her bowl.
yeah.
Somebody also tasted my porridge. And
Damn. So they're getting home. They're noticing that their food has been tampered with. Man, you never know. Maybe somebody came, put some shit in your food, and then or whatever, like your drink, like fucking what's that food? The one, the pudding guy. Fucking friend. Anyways, we're gonna get to this fucking story. It is fucking Goldilocks and the three bears. Goldilocks and the three bears. Hmm. This is probably my best episode that I've ever had. Like, for real. Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Right? We got a bunch of stuff that we are gonna be getting out there. Um, so yeah, that's all I gotta say about that.
When Baby Bear looked at his bowl, he began to cry.
That somebody also tasted my oatmeal porridge. Not only tasted it, also ate it all.
They got up and started to look around. Papa Bear noticed his chair in front of the chimney.
Somebody sat on my chair. Look, it's on a different spot.
And then it was Mama Bear's turn to complain.
Somebody also sat on my chair.
And just
Damn. So now they're walking around the house. They're like, damn, somebody either was in our house and maybe can still be in our house, yo. So shit just got real because these are three bears, yo. All right. This is three bears we're talking about, yo. Like, I feel you on that. All right. So Goldilocks, three little bears. The bears just got home. They've just found out that somebody's been fucking with their porridge. They're like, man, this shit's too cold. This shit's too hot. So they went. The bears, they left, right? They went on a little mob. Goldilocks' little ass was in her backyard, but she got bored. She got bored. She didn't want to be at, just in her backyard. So she went on a little walk. She went on a walk over to the woods, the forest and shit. She said, man, I'm not going to listen to what my parents have to say. You're not my mama. Actually, it was her mother that told her not to go, and shit's about to go down. The little bear right now just found out that Goldilocks broke. So he didn't know that it was Goldilocks, but they're about to find her slipping right now because she went to sleep, sleeping on his bed. So, yep, gonna go down right now.
just like before, the baby bear began to cry again.
Somebody also sat on my chair, but broke it too.
The bear family curiously went to the bedroom.
Somebody lied on my bed. Look how it's undone.
Somebody lied on mine too. Somebody lied on my bed too.
Man. All right, so they went into the room, right? Went into the room. Yes, are we on podcast? That one podcast where we ask the question, are we on? Are we on? Are we on, John? And it's really important because I don't know. You tell me why this podcast is important to you. If it's not, then it's probably like, for just to laugh at or some other stupid shit. Maybe if you don't enjoy it and you just watch it just to like laugh, anyways, like who gives a shit? Just listen, watch. All episodes are gonna be different. This one right here, where we're talking about the story of Homegirl, Goldilocks, and the three bears. So
Next to Baby Bear's bed and saw that someone really was sleeping in his bed. Slowly lifted up the blankets, and they were really surprised to see a little girl sleeping in the bed.
What is a little girl doing in our house?
all right, so Goldilocks in the house. She ate porridge. She's over here breaking chairs. Now she's sleeping in one of the beds, the little bear's bed, the little one, because Papa Bear's was too hard, Mama's Bear's was too soft, and they just found her right now. I wonder if they're gonna eat her. They are bears, of course. I don't know if they're like domestic bears. They obviously may seem like it because they're wearing clothes. It looks like the Papa Bear is like the carpenter, maybe because he has like or something as a ruler. He could be architect. So, um, yeah. So either way, let's go, Steven. You're a fucking wild guy. You know that. Steve Anthony Monreal. Please tag me in anything. Also, please tag Ari on podcast for anything. We're always going to be live in the Bone Zone with Big Sam Heard. So when I do those tags, it's here. And we're going to see if we can do some interesting episodes with other co-hosts. And maybe I can get on somebody's podcast, of course. So I'm going to hopefully get on with Lele Marie. That's going to be fun with on her platform. So we'll see how that goes. Put your big girl draws on. That'll be fun. And yeah, let's get to it. All right, we've been on for almost an hour telling this story about Goldilocks and the three little bears.
Tell this little girl to get out of my bed now!
Waking up to Baby Bear's crying, Goldilocks saw 3 bears in front of her, and she ran out of the room in great
Damn.
fear.
All right, so she just straight up ran out of the house, with great fear. That's what it says. The story says. I don't own the rights to any of this. The story, at least, and so it's the bears that should have been, in great fear because they come home and there is an intruder. Somebody broke into their house. Somebody, ate their porridge, tried their porridge, broke furniture. Hell, they were even sleeping in their bed. Like, who does that shit? Like, just because you're tired? Like, nah. You fucked up. You fucked up, Goldilocks. You fucked up. Now you're running away. See what happens.
She went out of the house and started running without looking back. She got breathless from running, but she did not stop. And she didn't even know which way to go. Right at that moment, she saw her parents coming across from...
All right, so she straight up just went into somebody's house, and then that boy, she's like, man, yo, this is crazy ass story, yo. Goldilocks and the 3 bears, because in real life, you cannot go into somebody's house and just eat their food and sit in their furniture and sleep on their bed and just chill. Like, and they were fucking bears at that. Like, bears. Like, in the story. Yeah. That's some wild ass crazy stuff, yo, because she should have just, and now let's see what happens.
the forest. When she didn't end up going back home, they went out looking for her. Goldilocks was very happy to see her parents. She ran and hugged her mother.
Oh, Mummy!
We were so worried. Are you okay?
From now on, I will always listen to you. I will never leave without letting you know.
All right, so now that she goes back saying that she learned her lesson because there was three bears. They're about to, you know, probably eat her alive. The three bears, even though one was a baby bear and then there was the mama bear and the papa bear. Well, they were angry, of course, because you came into their house, you ate their porridge. One was too hot, one was too cold, and the other one was just right. So that's the bowl that you ate, all of them, and then you went, saw a nice cozy fire, some chairs you can sit on. One was too high, one was too hard, um, and then the other one was just right, and then you broke it. You broke it. Now you slept on their beds. Well, you slept on one bed because that one was just right. The other two, one was too hard and one was too soft. So it's like, damn, you come back home and now you're like, oh, I'm gonna be a good kid. I'm gonna be fucking good kid. Watch, you're gonna be so proud of me. I promise I'm always gonna be in the backyard. You know what? I'm gonna be in the front yard. Um, I never thought about being in the front yard. I'm always here chilling in the backyard. So it's like, fuck it. How about I go? I'll be in the front yard. I'll be inside. You know what I'm saying? So Goldilocks was like, shit. I'll even be in the streets. She said, I ain't. Maybe I'll just stay out of the forest. I'll just go down the street to the library. I'll go to the like a local like YMCA or some shit. Like I'm bored. She just damn you, Goldilocks. I want to see who like read more stories, like get more into like weird shit that we talk about. But yeah, are we on podcasts? Um, talking about a children's book. It's called Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Goldilocks and the Three Bears. You really like look into the story. What it's of course teaching your little ass a lesson, but you do that to yourself. It's like nobody else put you in that situation but you. So yeah, you did.
Goldilocks hugged her parents really tight. From that day on, as she promised, she always listened to her parents and did nothing without having their permission. She was a well-behaved and kind girl forever.
Yay! 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 Yes, because we do have a live studio audience. It is summertime. The kids did not want to go to Camp Flaming Arrow, so instead they decided to join me at Arion Podcast, live in the Bone Zone with Big Sam Heard. So yes, again, children, give it up to yourselves. Yep. All right. Yo, that was fucking wild. All right, so we ended the story with Goldilocks and the three bears. We ate some porridge, but one of my porridges was too hot. One was too cold, and the other one was just right. So that's what's up. Goldilocks. She should have just listened to her parents, and she said, after learning her lesson, um, yeah, we got porridge. We got some porridge. um, just oatmeal. But yeah, are we done? That's the end of the story. Yeah, that's it. Now this porridge is just right. Yeah. What's his mama's porridge? Thing? I don't fucking know. It's actually HEB oatmeal. So yeah. HEB, what's up, HEB? I love HEB most definitely. HEB. Hurry on. Hurry on. All right, we're done. We're out of here. Much love. And of course, mother, I love you, not just today, but every day. Family, friends, family, boneheads, bitches, bitch ass hoes, hoe ass bitches, and bitch ass niggas, because yes, even the milk can be a bitch too. Shelby baby, Michaela mommy, it is I. Billy on the board. Boom at noon. This porridge is too hot. That is story time. Story time with Big Sam Heard, Big Sam. No. All right, we're done. We're out of here. I just gotta press this button, and yeah, deuce, apple juice.